Howdy folks, this one's going to be a little bit more technical and I apologize up front. Don't worry, there's no quiz at the end and you may call this the master's degree on the compensation plan. What I want to do here is introduce you or reintroduce or maybe dig a little deeper on a couple of principles that are built into the plan, both at the beginning but more particularly at the end. For no other reason than to give you a feeling of confidence that this thing's well thought through. I've got stuff that others don't. I'm not looking to prepare you to go into a my comp plan's better than your comp plan type conversation. Those are not fruitful, even though ours is better than theirs. Just don't even go there. But no, inform yourself, create the posture of, I got some good stuff here, because you do. 3 things I want to share with you. One, which we gloss over, but it's wonderfully powerful. And once people understand this one, and they should at the front end, they're like, holy smoke, why didn't everyone else think of that? And that's this concept of team. Building a team. I do my PV. I aggregate other people towards me. They choose to join me. Their PV and my PV add towards our TV, our team volume. You all know that. Super simple. But there is very few other companies that operate that way. It's a group volume, where when the best possible thing happens and someone becomes manager, or they break away and all of a sudden my TV or GV in that case is shrunken. It takes an awfully magnanimous individual for when something good for that other person happens, but it's bad for me to feel unreservedly happy for them because it just came out of my pocket. We don't have that problem. Their PV is always part of my TV. We celebrate their good thing because they did a good thing, and their good thing is great for them, and it's just fine for me too. Economic alignment. So don't underestimate the power of team vis-a-vis group, and the distinction is important. That's a front end one. Now, 2 at the very back end. First, well, it works through the comp plan and more particularly at the back end, this concept of horizontal compression. This one came about because we were pondering on vertical compression, how best to do that and maximize and get the volume into pay scale and all these other important things that go on in the calculus of compensation plans. And all of a sudden the thought occurred, well, why can't we do that this way? Why can't we keep people who are great at attracting others to them doing that and have those, shall we say, extra legs or extra volume that in every other plan isn't counted for the purpose of qualification? Why can't we squish it or compress it horizontally so that all that other stuff, which usually gets ignored and certainly not used in a calculation, can then count? You all know how it works. Everything beyond leg 2 gets, here's the technical term, squished or horizontally compressed into a virtual leg 3. Which more often than not allows you to get to the rank that you want to get to, or maybe even one higher than you would otherwise. It allows you to build free form without too much concern of plugging holes or putting this person in that spot, and it is unique to Unicity. Once your prospects, as they've gotten through that first part of the plan, see that, or if they're more experienced in the industry, you introduce it to them conceptually, it's almost like a light bulb goes off, like, hang on a minute, that makes just perfect sense. That's what I call a blinding glimpse of the obvious. We compress this way, why couldn't we compress that way? Makes perfect sense. We're filling in the blanks. We're using all the volume to maximize the rank and to maximize, therefore, the payout. Hallelujah for horizontal compression. It is a BGO, a blinding glimpse of the obvious, but it's unique to Unicity. The other is this concept of additional distributorship position. Once you're diamond, clearly you know what you're doing. Clearly you're a leader, and we sometimes overuse that word in the industry. But clearly you're largely self-containing. Yes, there's a collegial environment with your upline and other diamonds, and you exchange ideas. Hallelujah. But you know what you're doing. You're competent. So why couldn't you become your own upline? Why couldn't you, and you can, sign yourself again frontline and begin to get the override of that position plus what was your upline's position. Your upline's happy because it keeps you working and doing the productive things, and their income goes up. You keep doing the productive things, your income goes up, and then you're able to begin to have an experience that is mind-boggling to people that even conceptually understand it. This whole industry is built on 5%, 5% residually. Hallelujah, wonderful. But you start talking about 10%, double that. On the incremental residual volume, that's unheard of. Those sort of numbers are usually in fast up programs or some other goosing at the front end. But if you're going to talk about a 10% on an ongoing residual basis on the volume in that ADP, call it Aaron number 2 if you will, is unbelievable to folks. That's what will allow and does allow current tense actually now us to generate some of the largest checks in the industry on an ongoing leveraged residual basis. After all, that's what the comp plan's about. Yes, there's activity income. Yes, there's bonuses. But the goal here is to build a large distributor organization that provides an ongoing residual income. ADP allows you to do that at an accelerated rate and is frankly mind-blowing to those that understand even the basic language of compensation plans. Again, I'm not doing these to prep you to make these arguments to other people. What I'm doing is primarily to share these ideas with you, to give you an idea of the depth of thought and the wonderfulness of some of the features of the comp plan that you have at your disposal. And when the time's right and the circumstances warrant, you can begin to have these conceptual conversations with people that can appreciate the power of what you're talking about. Team is unbelievable. Horizontal compression, unique to Unicity. ADP, likewise, and doubles the income on the volume in that position. Those 3 facts alone make the comp plan the best in the industry. It is. Have a great day.